And we're live. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. We're gonna be building a new application. If you've been following the past streams, you know that I've been talking about it, that I need to build a new application for work. It's going to be a trivia application. It is meant to be used by attendees at live meetups. So yeah, we're just gonna have fun. Hey Yaka, who is this? I hijacked Lazar's stream. Yeah, I decided, cut it all up. Yeah, I'm not used to my own face, to be honest. But yeah, fresh look. We'll see if I can get used to it. If not, I'm just gonna let it grow again. All right, so yeah, as I mentioned, we're gonna build a trivia application. We're not gonna focus like way too much on architecture and stuff. We're gonna try to do like development best practices. Suits you very well. Thank you, Yaka. We're gonna try to like implement good development practices, but we're not gonna go all in on like domain-driven design or clean architecture or stuff like that. We're just gonna try to reach MVP state as fast as possible and as clean as possible. Okay? Yeah. I'm curious to see how I will find the balance between, good practices, good architecture, not good architecture, but like decent architecture, and also time. So it's gonna be fun. All right? Yeah. Here's the repo. It's called Trivius. I wasn't really creative about the name, so yeah, we'll just call it Trivius. There it is on the screen as well. So I don't have a README or anything like that. I only have the application skeleton. And as I mentioned, I picked TanStack Start as the meta framework. We're going to be using Shadsy and UI, and it doesn't have a guide on implementing it with TanStack Start. It's React, it's Tailwind, so we're just gonna go for it. Hopefully, it's going to be, hopefully it's gonna be okay. If not, if it's okay, I'm gonna record a video on it, right? So we can figure that one out. Hey, sad me mood. Yeah, how's it going? So yeah, we are gonna do Shadsy and also Supabase. I thought I would use Convex, but I read about it, convex.dev, and the lack of authentication and also local development support kind of turned me off. Yes, I am starting a new project. So that kind of turned me off. I wanted to give it a shot, but since this application, hopefully, I wish it will actually be used. It's not just like a toy project. This will be used by people, and it might need to scale. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go with Supabase because I know it better. I have experience with it, so yeah. You are on time, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so like that's the idea. That's what we're doing. Supabase, TanStack Start, and also Shadsy and for the UI, just because I don't want to spend time doing CSS or design systems or stuff like that. All right, so I got the code right here. And let's see. I'm just gonna quit it and open Vim again because I made some changes. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. The window was out of frame. Right, so let me run this. This is like literally the Oh, check this out. I have a new tool. It's called Overseer, and you don't see it, but here it is. And it allows me to run tasks inside NeoVim. So I do have Tmux, so I can just do this npm run def, and it's gonna be fine. But check this out. I can run npm dev like this, and then I can say vertical split, and I can look at the logs here. How cool is that? But I'm actually gonna stop it for now and run it here. There we go. All right, so localhost 3000. I only have this so far, so this is literally the, I think it was the tutorial. As you can see, there's a button that gets updated. So if you refresh, there's like a text file that gets updated within the project. So I have nothing. First, let's do some planning. So I'm gonna create a new eraser file here. This is going to be called Trivius, and yeah, here's the link if anyone wants to check it out. VS Code is boring. Someone asked, what's your thoughts around TanStack framework compared to Next.js? I'm gonna be able to answer that question a bit later, because I literally haven't worked with TanStack before. This is gonna be like my first ever application, right? All right, so the general idea, let's define some like user flows. Okay, we're gonna define some user flows here. First is let's say creating a game, right? So we're gonna create a game first. It's gonna be one of the flows, and we have the user signs in. Let me just like make these a bit prettier, something like this. The user signs in, and then they create a game, and that game needs to have a specific information attached to it, right? So let's just say create game, populate Q&As, right? Populate questions and answers. And then once we have a game with questions and answer, we should be able to start it. Hey Alex, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, so because the idea, hey Mohit, the first viewer was not able to know who's this guy in the video. Yeah, what do you think about React Router v7? I haven't worked with it. That's Remix, but I haven't worked with it. All right, so creating a game. We sign in as like game masters, I would say, or whatever, admins, right? We create a game, we populate the Q&As, and then we start the game. It's important because this application is going to be played in real time by attendees at in-person meetups, right? So it's backed by a different idea that I have to implement something at work at Sentry. So I want to make these meetups, gather some people in an office space, do like 2 or 3 talks, and then just give away a bunch of t-shirts and stickers and swag items. So this trivia game will be played on the meetup, you know, on the meetup itself. So it's Nazar Likolov. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's not. It's a new guy. but yeah, it's gonna be played by people in meetups, in-person meetups. So imagine this: you're in the audience, the meetup organizer just throws a QR code on on the screen, and you basically scan the QR code, and that's how you get invited to the game, right? We should have like a better way of doing this, documenting this, but we'll get to it. So you scan the QR code, that's basically the invitation to a specific game. It opens in Chrome, Safari, whatever you're using, a web browser on your phone. And then you wait for the host to start the game. As you wait, you basically see a screen that just sees the usernames. And yeah, you populate your username as well. So you set your username, whatever it is, and you just wait, and you see like the list growing as people chime in. So that happens, and that happens right here in between populate Q&A. So there can be like days, or even one game can be ran in multiple meetups. So you create a game, you populate the Q&As, and then it's ready for the meetup. You start the game after, and we can actually document this as well. Ooh, what is that? Get back. Attendees join. Okay, and I'm going to make a little arrow here. That this is when the attendees of the game join, right here, and then the host starts the game, and we see questions roll, not questions roll, but like start the game. We have questions, we have the answers. And the questions, let's not time them. Let's like manually click them, or should we time them? Let's do timed. Okay, it's easy to actually, yeah, manual. Let's do manual. So this is MVP. We're not taking this, to not to production, but like to officially go. So let's do trigger questions manually. Okay, so the meetup organizer or the game master, they're gonna trigger the questions manually. So first question is automatically going to be started, and the attendees will select the correct answer. There's gonna be 4 answers to a question. The question can be a text, image, or we can support video as well, which is gonna be fun. Start a game. We trigger the questions. We go through the questions manually. The questions, the answer time, answer window is timed. Okay, so I'm gonna use like these. There we go. I'm gonna select these two, and these are going to be like notes. Okay, the attendees join here. The answer window is timed. That means once the game master clicks next question, there's like 20 seconds, 20 or 30, and that can be configurable. 20 or 30 until the users have, or the attendees have to answer the question. So whoever answers it, great. Who doesn't, they're not gonna gain any points. And the idea is that I'm gonna do another one of these. The earlier you answer, the more points you get. So this is really important. The earlier you provide the answer to a question, the more points you're going to get. Okay? Hey, Foxbit, good afternoon. So the game master triggers the question, and there's a clock ticking. counting down from 30, let's say. And hey, Harsh, looking clean, yes. Made some changes. But yeah, the earlier you answer, for example, if you answer on the 25th second, you get, let's say, 25 points, right? Let's say how many seconds you have left, that's how many points you get. Keep it simple. And the score is going to be, points are going to be seconds left, right? So if we're counting down from 30, if you're counting down from 30, you answer immediately, you get 30 points. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe, right? As you wait and wonder for the answer, you lose points. You lose a point every second until you reach 0. So let's do that actually. Let's do that. So, and then after all, all the questions have been answered, have been gone through, we show a leaderboard. We show a leaderboard with the usernames and their points. First place, second place, it's basically all of them. So, and that's pretty much it. That's the end of the game, right? The meetup host will just say, okay, whoever is with that username, come on by, you get the special swag, or you get one more t-shirt, or I don't know, that's up to the meetup organizer. So that's pretty much the game that we're going to be making. It's a game, right? It's just like a web game. And actually, let's just do this then. This is the user flow, basically. The user flow or the game flow is this, and we need some actors. So I'm gonna add a user here, a user icon. It's going to be the game master. And the game master is going to do sign in. Actually, I don't like that. This is all the game master. Yeah. Create game. Show the leaderboard. And these are all going to be manual stuff. Like these are inputs from the game master, right? You need to sign in. You need to create a game. You need to populate the QAs. You need to start the game. Like these are all buttons and inputs that we need to do. So one thing that I notice here, which is really important, is reusability of information. There's a game, right? And you can name this game based on the meetup. Let's say I'm organizing a Sentry meetup for web performance, and I'm just going to, not in Toronto, but let's say web performance in general. I'm gonna name it Sentry Web Performance, right? And when I'm actually going to start the game, this will create a session for me. Let's actually annotate that. This will create a new game session. And this is really important because we get to reuse the games, right? If we separate the game from the actual session, that's how we can reuse the games. That's how we can share the games with other meetup organizers. Maybe some of my colleagues want to organize the same meetup, it's just in a different city. I'm going to invite them to the game so they can, just like fork it or just use that game configuration and just create a new session, right? And run it. And the thing that the attendees are going to scan is the session. and the attendees are gonna join here, not over here, because start game will create that session. The attendees are going to join after we have the session, right? Yeah. Sign in, create a game, populate the Q&As, start the game, which will create a session and a QR code, which can be shown on the screen, on the projector. Then all of the attendees join, and then in order to let's do like a start session, okay? Create session or a game session. We understand, but I want to be more, Whoa. Okay, that is too much. Just do large. There we go. So start the game. First create a session. And now we'll get this attendees join. We'll get this back here. Okay, that's the flow. Right? We create a session. We get the QR. We show it on the screen. All the attendees join right here. Once we're ready, we click start game and we go through the questions one by one. Right? We're going to time the answers. So there's going to be a lot of real-time features in this application. We're going to time the answers based on when the question is started and when the answer is received. That's how you get the points. And then once everything is, all the questions are gone through, we show the leaderboard, and the rest is in person. So this is pretty much the flow that we're looking for. Okay, so we're gonna use Supabase to take care of the authentication for us, the database. Also, Supabase has the real-time capabilities that I'm looking forward to work with. I don't think we need to use WebSockets. We're gonna try to do everything with just subscriptions on the Postgres database, but we'll see. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how's the capabilities. I don't know. We might need a WebSocket, but so far this looks correct, right? So let's proceed. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Supabase in the project, and I'm gonna try to install ShadCN. And once we're done, we can work on the the database stuff. All right, this one's already done. Let's go ahead and start a new project. Put it under Sentry. It's going to be Trivius, a database password. Damn. All right, I'm gonna need to change this. Actually, I don't need to do it here. I just need to Supabase init, right? Yeah, start a new local project. So what I need to do. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. Just Supabase init. Command not found, didn't I? Oh, hold on a second. I need to npx Supabase init because I don't have it globally installed through brew. Nope. Nope. There we go. So here's Supabase. Here's the configuration. And we're just gonna roll with this. And we'll configure the rest of the stuff. Cool. To start the services, let me just see docker ps. I need docker. There it is. Okay, I do have a database. I'm just gonna stop this. There we go. Now we're clear, and we can say npx supabase start. And this is going to spin up a local Supabase development. Let's wait for this. Actually, while we wait, we do need to install the Supabase JS client. There it is, yeah, this one. Do they have TanStack? I guess they should have. Let's see. Nope, that's it then. Okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's no TanStack. It's fine. I'm just gonna do Supabase JS. Oh, look at that now. So TanStack wants React 18. From Vinci React Server DOM 003. What's up with that then? Package JSON says React is 19. Okay, we might have issues with this, but we'll figure it out. I guess it's just, yeah, I guess it's just like versions. Should work. It should work. Okay, we have Supabase JS right here. We have Supabase right here. I love trying out new stuff, but the parts where something new is completely unfamiliar, I struggle a lot. Yeah, it's just normal. It's like we need patience in this line of work. It usually happens on the most basic things like npm install or something. True, yeah. All right, so check this out. There's Trivius. We have the whole stack up and running. So if we go, Harsh, they have the TanStack template. Probably someone already TanStack query. No, there we go. It's on the TanStack site. Now we have Supabase SSR. We're gonna need this as well, because this is like the server stuff. Yeah, thanks. JS, we have TanStack stuff, we have React. As you can see, it's like 18. It's fine. We are going to create that. Dev dependencies, all looking good. Tailwind CSS is here. Then inside, this is the same. Check out the router. Again, it's all the same. What about the clients? It's pretty basic. Then we have an authentication component. It just on submit. Oh, it's from the outside. There's the login. Use mutation for the hooks. If we go to the hooks, we see we get the submitted add, variables, error, data, and status. And if we want to mutate, we basically send okay. So I'm gonna need to teach myself how to read this. Oh, there's the login function. Routes authenticated. And then we have the login function. Oh, it's here. Okay. There's a login function. It's a server function. There's some validation going on. And inside of the server function, we basically create a Supabase server client. And we do everything on the server. That makes sense. We are going to use Supabase on the client as well. I think we need to, because we need to get access to, subscribe to the changes so that we can, immediately react. But yeah. Did you hear about the effect library? They're using it as a dependency injection company, but it's so hard. I know, yeah. Effect type script. I've seen it, but I haven't worked with it. Yeah, I feel like it's like too much, if you ask me. And you can't really implement one thing. You can't just do error handling. You gotta do everything. And you gotta know how to, or teach yourself how to write code like this. So it is a great, mental model shift. So I think it's cool, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. We can see that the Supabase stuff are only being used on the server. There's another server client, but it doesn't matter. We can just like create the browser client or client. Yeah, the idea is good. You just need some, it has like a steep learning curve. All right, cool. Everything should be already started. Let's get the utilities. I've seen this the utils thingy. I'm actually gonna steal this from the Supabase. They had this. There's yeah, there we go. These two. So this is the, we set this up, application. We probably need, okay, so they're not TSX. That means they're not considered as pages, routes, most likely. So we'll do utils supabase client.ts. We'll just paste this bit right here and then create the server, because we're gonna need both of them. And just paste this. Oh, this is next headers. So we're not gonna do this because this is Next.js. We need to optimize this for TanStack. So this one dips into the headers. Let's see if we are able to do that. Hold on, there was an interesting, where to get headers from. Oh, these are table headers. Well, there we go. These are the router stuff. Accessing headers from the requests. And get headers from within a server function. Everything is most likely going to be triggered from a server function. So I'm gonna do, let's see if they have something on cookies. They are headers, but maybe they have like a cookie parser as well. Or maybe Vinci has. Vinci cookies. parse cookies from the event. Well, we don't have the events. We have the headers. We can manually parse them, always, right? The cookies are just another cookies. There's some stuff here. Parse cookies, split cookies, string. Yeah, there we go. So there is a split cookies string, as you can see. And where is it? Split cookies string. Where is this documented? Nowhere? Split cookies string. Okay, so that's not documented. It says that it's here. Requests. Oh, but it's based on the request. Okay, then. This thing needs the event. And I'm not sure how that's... It's an HTTP event. If we can get it, cool. We can pass it to the parse cookies and we'll get all the cookies back. If not, we're gonna try to parse the headers. Because that is a... Let's see. Where was that? Talk that I opened. Accessing headers. Yeah, get headers from Vinci HTTP. From Vinci HTTP. And it's not awaitable, I think. Yeah. Get headers. Returns and requests. Headers, and then this is not the cookie store. These are going to be the headers. So there is a cookie. Yes, there is a cookie, and we can like we can try to parse this, but that means that we need the cookie store as well. And in this case, the cookie store was from next headers. Well, let's try this then. I'm gonna undo everything. Like this. And I'm just going to start a new chat. Like a new one. There. Oh, damn it, that was good actually. Start a new chat and ask the robot to optimize the cookie store for TanStack Start / Vinci. Actually, which uses Vinci under the hood. Let's see what the robot says then. If it's going to be smart enough. Vinci cookies. So there is get cookies and set cookies. Well, yeah, that's much easier than I anticipated. Yeah. Yeah. Think about it. Vinci. .vercel.app. Let's see. Vinci HTTP event handler. Parse cookies on the event. I don't know what parse cookies is. If we do, then we have get cookie on the event and set cookie on the event itself. Okay, create client. In this case, we might, not we might, but we probably need to pass something that we get from TanStack router. Yeah. Well, actually, this is how parse cookies. Oh, it just does parse cookies. So apparently we don't need to provide it with anything. Well, the docs didn't say that. It says events. There we go, you see? Alright, you know, I'm just gonna grab this whole thing. The AI bot is hallucinating. That means our jobs are safe, so I'm just gonna close it. You know, don't need that. All right, there we go. We have the Supabase URL and anon key. We also have the client stuff here. So that means we need the .env to put these two keys here. So there's the Supabase URL and also the anonymous key. I'm gonna grab them from when we started. There's the anon key. And the URL is gonna be localhost 54321. There we go. Hey Digital, how's it going? This is who is this short-haired, trim-bearded guy with Lazar's voice? Oh, it's this guy. It's Nazar Likolov. This looks good. I'm going to copy this to sample env just in case, you know, anyone wants to grab this application. Damn it. And in the git ignore, I'm just gonna add .env. There we go. So I have these keys. If you clone this, you're gonna have this, so you can set up your own. It's all good. Nice. Do we need to do anything with environment variables? Instead of router, I'm gonna go to start. Docs, it's the router. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna do environment variables. Well, it might be Vinci then. Thanks, Digital. Yeah, this is going to be the meetup stuff. Okay, so Vinci is what? Full stack JavaScript SDK. That means it needs to have some sort of environment variables, right? There's no search in the docs, but it's Vite. So there we go. It's actually Vite. We don't care about that. It's automatically going to be pulled out from the .env. I guess we're done with this. We do have both the clients and the keys, and I guess we're ready to actually, you know, start implementing stuff. I'm gonna close these. Localhost on 54321. No, that's the API. 3 was the dashboard. There we go. Here's Supabase. The tables are here. We're gonna get to that real quick. First, let's get this out of the way. And I believe those are gonna be the technologies that we're gonna be building this. So let's do manual in this case. We'll grab this whole thing and just do press C instead of V. Let me open the keycaster. There we go. I'm gonna place it here above my camera so you can see as I'm typing. No, it's not my first time. All right, so we got this. Then we have a TS config with the, and it needs like a paths, okay. TS config. There's a base URL, and there's also the paths Actually, hold on a second. I feel like this shift is heavier on the eyes, don't you think? There we go, much better. I'm also going to turn this into auto as well. Right, so everything is dark now. It's not gonna hurt our eyes. Okay, paths. Actually, now this, is this like an array or, I think it was an array. Oh, it's an object with the keys. Object, and then we have, yeah, let's do this then. Cool, so not like this, it's going to be app and then slash, because we'll keep everything inside of app. So if it's going to be imported from somewhere, it's going to live inside of the app. Supabase and all the rest of the stuff, we're not gonna import any of these things. So there's our paths properly set up. Then we have the Tailwind config. Tailwind.config.js. Nice. I'm just gonna grab this whole thing. There we go. Don't care about that warning. And we need the styles. So we need like a global CSS file where we dump this whole block here, and probably in the client.tsx. No, in where? The layout. Oh, the root actually. Yeah, we do have a root. This is our root. This is our, there's a head, there's the meta, and inside I'm just going to like add a link. Let me see if we need to, we should probably just import it. Global.css. There's the helpers. This has nothing to do with ShadCN, so this is just Tailwind merge. So I'm just gonna put it in the utils, not necessarily in ShadCN, and I'm just gonna rename this instead of utils to tw-utils. Let's go with that. Tailwind utilities, and then we have a components.json file at the root, and we need to point to all of these things. Components.json. Here's Tailwind. This is going to be the global, and not inside of source. It's going to be inside of app. We can use Sting for the base color. Components, we need to figure this one out. So app slash what? We probably need to prefix this with an underscore. Oh, there's like components immediately. Wait, there were routes. Yeah, routes. That's where the routes are. Cool. Okay, so well, components does work for me. And keep it like that. Utilities are not there. They're gonna be in utils, tw-utils. That's the Tailwind utilities. Components UI are there. The lib, what was in the lib? And hooks as well. Let's just keep it like that. Hooks, we're gonna give, you know, we're gonna keep our hooks in there as well. Okay, this looks cool. I feel like everything is set up correctly. And that's it. We can start adding components to our project. So before we do that, I want to npm run def and validate that things are working. I'm not sure if the styles are applied. There's a not found component that needs to exist, and we'll get that. Okay. So I'm gonna go to routes and then index. I'm gonna try to add like a Tailwind class, background red 500 and text large. Nope. Let me just check out the LSP, see if Tailwind's attached to it. It is, apparently. Okay. That means inside of the root, the globals.css is not being pulled in. It's not being set. No, it is. It actually is. There has to be like a guide for this. TanStack Start, Tailwind CSS. Oh, look at that. Uses better auth, Drizzle or and Tailwind. So there's Tailwind. Let me look at. Oh, look at that. It's outside of the application. I feel like they belong in there, right? Lib components, middleware, server, styles, utilities. I like that. I like that. We're gonna copy that. So there's the app, there's Supabase, the components, the middleware, the server, endpoints are there. We don't have the schema, utilities, components. These are Shadsian, yeah, Radix UI. Okay, I want to look at the root. Oh, check this out. So there's a question mark URL. You get the app CSS, and then you add that to the head. Okay, there we go. I knew we were not missing something. So this is going to be the global CSS from, and we're going to append the question mark URL because this is Vite. And now we have links. There we go. And this link is just a style sheet with that href. It does make sense. It does make sense. So this will basically catch the, it's not going to import the CSS file like as it is, the code itself, but adding question mark URL will get the public URL of this file into this. So this is going to be like a string that points to that to this global.css file. So it makes it publicly accessible. It gets the link and it adds that value to the global CSS so that we can add it to the head as like a style sheet link. Now we should see something. And we don't see anything. Maybe we should, oh, there we go. Hydration mismatch, interesting. Okay, first I'm just going to restart the server in case it needs to pick up on anything. No, it doesn't, but we should see, there we go. Should see the CSS here. Hey CTH, how's it going? Right, there's something else missing here. Suppress hydration warning, see that? And there's also the theme. Interesting. So let's add the hydration warning. There's the scroll restoration. We already have that. The React Query DevTools, we can install that, and the TanStack Router DevTools, cool. And there's also the dark mode thingy, which I'll add because I like, you know, I like to have that from the very beginning. And script once comes from React router, from the TanStack React router. Script once. There we go. So no hydration, and take care of the dark mode for me. Okay. I don't see Tailwind. Something's missing. This looks the same. There's the not found component. There's also the error component, but we're going to let Sentry create that for us. Okay, so far it doesn't look like it's any different than ours. So what is it? See, Tailwind CSS. Oh yeah, the content. We didn't change the content. There's the app inside. Well, no. Whatever is in the routes and whatever is in the components. Because there's like ssr.tsx, router.tsx, client.tsx. We don't want to pull Tailwind data from those files. Only routes or components. Okay. That's better. This is in the way, so I'm just gonna move it here. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Tailwind config. Oh, this is a TS. Doesn't matter, but if I can use TypeScript, I'm gonna use TypeScript. And then in here, we just have the plugin animate satisfies config. Yes. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we are only looking into the routes and components. And because this is Vite, I feel like we need to add the Tailwind plugin. Right. There's an app config. TS config. Nope. But there's a TS config paths. I remember using this. So maybe that's like a fix that we need to do. And this is on dev only. There we go. I'm gonna add the server as well. Paths. There we go. Okay, tsconfig.json is there. Nice, there's the components file. Oh, there's post CSS as well. Interesting. Maybe that's the case. I know that Tailwind doesn't need a post CSS anymore, so this is like 5 months ago. I think they updated it since then. Okay. Well, technically, I think we should be good. Let me see if there's like any cache that I need to delete. No, no caches. Yeah, npm run dev again, and let's see if it works now. That can't be right. No way. So global.css is here. TypeScript is here, but the CSS is not. Yeah, Tailwind is still not picking up. I guess we do need that post CSS. Let me just go and see. There's a build process. Let's go with Vite because it is Vite. Create Vite, Tailwind config JS. npm run dev, and that's it, right? Well, it's not. It's not it. So something is preventing this from getting picked up. Was it like this? Yes. Okay, I know it's a common JS, but let's see this again. So it is Vite, and it claims that it's going to just like automatically pick it up, but it doesn't. It doesn't pick it up. There's a dot slash. Does that matter? Of course it doesn't. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to use like post CSS. Post CSS imports. Okay. Oh, post CSS needs to be here in the dev dependencies. Post CSS config file, and we're just gonna do this. So now add import is gonna work, hopefully. Let's see this. Yep, that's it. Okay. npm run dev. Oh, look at that. All right, failed to load post CSS. is not defined an ES module scope. The file being treated as an ES module because it has a JS. It needs to have a CJS. Okay, that's fine because it's a module. That's all good. So I can just say CJS on both of these and run dev again because we do module exports. Of course, auto prefixer doesn't exist, so npm install dev auto prefixer. And this was for browser support, I believe. There we go. Nice. Okay. We got Tailwind set up. There it is. So if I do npx shadc and -ui at latest add button. That was not the command. What was the command? There's no UI. I believe there was UI at some point, but maybe they changed it. Yeah, look at this. It looks like you're using React 19. It might fail if you're using React 19. There's a React 19 thingy. So what's up? Force or legacy peers. You can force install a package with force. Ignore the peer dependency warnings. To be honest, I'm not like super on React icons. Well, we don't care then, right? We use Lucid. Yeah, Lucid React. That works with React 19. It's just Radix UI is not supported yet. Yeah, we don't care then. We do not care. So we're gonna use force in this case to force install it. And let's go back, and instead of using button, we're gonna do capital B, and we're gonna import the components. There it is, components UI button. Nice. There's the thingy. So if I reload the page, which should automatically be reloaded, there's our button, right? Very nice. So we'll get rid of this. There was a variant. Outline, secondary ghosts. Yep. Let's do ghosts. Nice. Okay, we got it. We got everything. I'm just gonna push the whole thing. Supabase as well. And like these things. There we go. Setting up Supa plus shadcn. Nice. All right. Yeah. We got Supabase. We have all the technology, so that we can actually start looking into defining some tables. We got authentication out of the box, so we're not going to care about users. There is a need to create like anonymous sessions. We need to figure that out how for when the attendees join, because there's not going to be a login. It's just going to be a one single field username, and that's it. So we need to figure that out, and we also need to figure out tables. All right. just do data right here, and this really cool tool called Eraser have this AI diagram thingy that we can use to create some, you know, an entity relationship model based on what we type in. So a trivia application, check this out, a trivia application that allows game masters to create games with questions and answers, start sessions out of the games, have anonymous people join with just a username, right? And assign points as the players answer questions based on the seconds remaining. There we go. Each question has a timeout window which can be configurable. Okay, what else? What are we missing? The games can be shared with other game masters. Okay. Yeah. Let's start with this. We'll see what it generates. Oh, hold on. Questions can be strings, images, or YouTube. Let's just go with YouTube embeds. Okay, there we go. Answers can only be strings. Yeah. I don't think there's like a, or maybe there is a, like a code block. There's a string question like how do you achieve this, this, and that, and the answer should be like a small code block. Strings, but like multi-line. Markdown. I'm gonna say markdown, yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna generate this and let's see what we get. Eraser is going to use AI to figure out like all of the stuff for us, and it's going to generate the model, the relationship diagrams. You see that? See how it like populates the stuff? Nice. There we go. All right, let's check this out then. We have points and players and sessions and game masters. Game masters are basically the users, and we already have them because we use Supabase, right? Then we have the games. The games have a one-to-many game master ID. I don't know. I don't know about this. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this up. We're not gonna keep a game master ID here. We're gonna have a junction table that connects a game with a game master, so that's how we can invite other game masters to the games. We have sessions, and a session has one game, and one game can have like many sessions. That's correct. It has a start time and it optionally has an end time. This should be an optional thing. We have the players, and these are the anonymous players. And how do we do this? There's gonna be years and points. Questions and answers. An answer is based on the question. There's a content ID. There's an answer window in seconds. There's a type and content. In this case, I'm also gonna remove the type. If it's just markdown, it's markdown, right? Markdown or HTML, whatever. We're just gonna render it on the screen. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, so far it's looking good. I'm not sure about these things like the players and the points and the sessions, but I guess it's going to be okay. Yeah, like we can subscribe to the players table for that specific session, and anytime someone enters, we're gonna get an event back. The points, there's a player ID, and there should be a game ID as well, or base, like out of the. Okay. Points awarded. So this is like based on the question. If we want to track that, but instead of tying the points to the question, I would tie the points to the games. You know, to the player and the game. Well, no, actually the session, not the game. Yeah. Okay, so let's edit this a little bit because we have the opportunity. We have the game masters, and these are gonna be the users. We already mentioned that. We have the games. There's not gonna be a game master ID. We're gonna create a new table called games and GMs, okay? And this is gonna be GMs as well. We'll figure that out. Okay, so this is going to be like a code. I don't care. Red. Doesn't matter. And the ID is going to be the GMS ID. It's going to be a string. And also there's the game master. And also the game ID. There we go. So I'm gonna go all the way down and update these. GM ID, GM's ID, so there's our GMs or for game masters. Game master ID is here. Description, cool. Yeah, there we go. And now we need to hook up the games and GMs. GM ID is going to be gms.id, and also games GM's game ID is going to be the game.id. There we go. So games ID. Correct? Yeah. Now, where is it? Inside of the games, we removed. Actually, we removed this. Yeah. There are GMs, there are games, but the only way they're connected is through this James underscore GMs. This is called like a junction table, and it's like a one-to-one, not one-to-one, like a many-to-many relationships. Cool. Then we have the sessions. Sessions are like always for every session has like one game ID, and that's fine. Let's get rid of the end time. We don't need that. Players are also okay, and they're based on this session. ID is like automatically generated. Points. We have a player ID. Points awarded, but it's based on the question. So I want to get that fixed. Instead of the question ID, I want to do a session ID. Okay, it's not going to be points and there's not going to be seconds remaining. We're going to calculate that and just update the points, right? Oh, wait a minute. I see what this is doing. So we're not updating anything. We're just going to sum it up at the end. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah. Okay, so what this is doing is it adds to the points table what's the player and what is the question and how many seconds are remaining and how many points were awarded. We can keep these separate if we wanted to, you know, support a different type of formula in the future. But in the end, at the end, when we want to calculate all of the points, we'll basically get the game, the session itself, get all of the questions for that session, right? We don't need the session actually. Get the game and the, oh, well, there it is then, yeah? Actually, yeah, get the sessions, get the game, get the correct session, get all of the players, and then find all of the points for each of the players and just like sum up all of the entries for them. Nice, and we can do some validation in there as well, like is this the right question? Does that question exists in the questions table, etc., etc. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Let's look at the questions. We had a type. We don't care about that. We just need a content. That's it. Questions belong to games. Answers belong to questions. And sessions, they just, yeah, instantiate the games and load up all the questions inside. Okay, so far I think this is looking really good. Right? Yeah, how do you like this? There's our data. Actually, I'm gonna remove the title. And like keep it like this. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we need to implement this in Supabase now. Get the games and the GMs and everything. So let's start. We already have the users, so let's create the game masters because these are like the firsts. I'm gonna try to make a split screen so that I can, you know, can do this faster. GMs, there we go. These are the game masters. We can enable row level security. We'll figure out, I don't know if we can figure that out. Let's disable it for now. We can talk about security later. But so far, we have the ID. We need a username. It's going to be like it's going to be a text or varchar. Text, I guess text. And it shouldn't be nullable. Wait a minute, the game masters don't really need a username, right? You just need an email. You don't care about usernames. Sessions. Okay, sessions, they do have an ID. We need to, yeah, we'll just do that. There's a username. Email. Honestly, we don't even need this. Yeah, GMs are the actual users. And we already have that. Oh, damn it. We already have that in the Supabase. Yeah. Okay. We'll keep this as users, but we will refer to users as game masters, GMs. So we're not gonna create the table. We're just gonna create the games now because we already have the users table. We'll create the games now, and then we'll connect the games to the GMs. So there's the ID. It can be an integer. I don't care. We need a title, and we also need a description. Fine, we can have a description. This is nullable, but the title is not nullable. It's gonna be a text as well. All right, that's all for the game. We'll save this. We need a new table, games and GMs. Hold on a second. Yeah, these are just self-explanatory. We don't need a description on there. Games and GMs. Games, and then we'll say users junction table, just as like a description so we can understand what's up. So we don't have an ID here. We're gonna have composite primary key. This is going to be a GM ID. And it's, hold on a second. It's a GM ID, and it's going to reference the auth users ID. There we go. We'll figure out if the user gets deleted, should we keep these junction tables? No. If it's removed, I'm just gonna cascade it. That means if the user gets deleted, the junction table is gonna get deleted as well. Nice. This is gonna be a primary, and we're gonna add another one. Game ID. It references game. And when games get deleted, we should cascade as well. Yeah. Junction tables usually get like deleted. UID and integer 8. Composite primary key selected, that's good. That's fine. Okay, so there's our junction table, right? And we're not gonna enable real time on this. We'll get to the real time part. Now we need sessions. Game sessions. All right, we have the ID. We have the game ID, and it references the games table. If a game gets deleted, of course, the session needs to be deleted as well. Okay. And we also have a start time. It's going to be a time stamp, date and time, no time zone, because we want to keep that. Oh, start time. There's not going to be a default, so it can be nullable because we're going to manually start the time, right? And actually, no, hold on a second. When we create a session, it should be automatically started, and it's not going to be nullable. It's just, that's it. We can, we're going to trigger the, how do we do that then? How do we do that? Hold on. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to get back to the diagram. I'm gonna do an edit. The game master or the user, that person should be able to manually control which question is currently being shown, right? When the GM shows the question, countdown starts. That closes the answer window. and also calculates points. Okay, let's see the edits then. Let's see what happens. Current question. No. I don't like that. It says the robot in a trivia application that has sessions and questions. How do we describe the between the currently running session and the currently shown question? The game master will manually trigger. Should we do this automatically? Let's do manual for now, and we can ask the robot. Maybe the robot says, yeah, it's gonna be better if it's, you know, will manually show the questions on screen. When a question gets shown, a countdown timer starts that closes the answering window. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the robot says. One-to-one association, a specific moment in time. This reflects the idea that at any given time, only one question is actively displayed for a session. We have the session entity, we have the question entity, the session and question relationship. That's it. We don't have a session and question relationship. But it's going to be easy. We just need to do a one-to-one relationship between them. Yeah, the session table can have a current question ID, and that's it. Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense, right? There's the sessions. Yes, current question. It's going to be... It's going to be an integer. It's going to be a foreign key as well. Yeah, it's going to be a one-to-one to the questions table. There's going to be some validation involved as well. So sessions question ID to questions.id. Okay, let's see how that looks like. There's the session, there's the questions, and we need a one-to-one. So instead of greater than, it needs to be like a minus. Yes, there we go. Okay. We have that question, and when we display the question, there's not going to be a current question in the questions, okay? We do need a question ID, and we also need a... Should we track that? We don't need to track that. Like the answering window. Should we even track that in the database? Or should we just like prevent that with code? Let's see. I think it's, if we want to add that later on, I think it's gonna be fairly easy to add it. Okay. Current question and question ID. What? Sessions. It's the current question. Yeah, there we go. That's the current question. It's one-to-one. And we don't care about the time. When the current question changes, we can subscribe to it and then we'll show it. Yeah. And then we'll start the countdown. Yeah, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. Okay, so far I think everything's okay. We can proceed with the database stuff. This should be lowercase s, not capital. So the game's ID, title, description. ID, title, description. The GMs didn't change. We have the sessions. The sessions, game ID and start time. And now we also need a foreign key to the questions, but we don't have the questions. So first I'm gonna create the questions table. Disable row level security, we'll figure that out later. We have the game ID. It's going to point to the game's ID. If a game gets deleted, of course, the question gets deleted. And it's not gonna be nullable. We are going to create that. No default, no nullable. We have the content. And the answer window is not going to be on the question, it's going to be on the game. This is going to be text. God damn it, text. There we go. Shouldn't be nullable. And there shouldn't be like an empty question, right? And I'm just going to save this. I'm going to go back and like move the answer window to the game. But that by default is going to be like 30. There we go. So go to games, add the answer window. It's going to be an integer 8. It shouldn't be 8, right? Numeric. Integer 8. It's like 2 to the power of 8. 256. We can represent 256 seconds. That's like 4 minutes per question. Nah, that's too much. We'll keep it at 8. We don't need anything longer. And the default is going to be 30. And this is going to be in seconds. Yeah. So I'm going to save this. And then go back to sessions to point to the questions. Current question is going to be questions. The ID is what we're looking for. And if the session gets deleted, we don't need anything. Right? We don't want to delete the question because the question is based, it's tied to the game, not the session. So I'm not gonna change that. I'm not gonna add cascade to it. Okay, cool. There's a question. This can be nullable because at the beginning we don't show any questions. We just, we keep the session open for registrations, and then we need to also take into account that, right? We have the session, which is like the start time. We also need an open if the session is open for, session is opened for joining, and that's going to be a boolean. It's going to be a boolean. It's fine, thank you. And I'm going to add that by default is going to be false. Of course, it can be nullable. If it's null, it's false. There we go. Okay, nice. So we're starting off with a closed session, but when the game master does the start time, it will automatically open the session. People will join the session, get their username in, etc. And then the game master can close the session so no more people can join. Because if more people join, then the points are gonna be all messed up. But yeah, we're gonna close the session and then we're gonna go into the first question. That's how it's gonna be. Answers. Let's set up the answers. I'm gonna describe that. We have the ID, we have the question ID. Questions. If the question gets deleted, of course, we want the answer to be deleted because the answer is really tied to the question. There's no default, and then it's not nullable, of course. Then we have the content, which is going to be a text, and of course not nullable. And it's just going to be plain text, that's all. Okay, there we go. That's done. Players and points. Players are next. Yes, the players, the anonymous players that joined a specific session. Okay, we need to reference a specific session. It's going to be the ID. If a session gets deleted, and we're not gonna just delete session, they're just gonna they're just gonna end basically. If a session gets deleted, we want to clear up any players as well, leftover players, because in the next time, if there are 2 days with 2 meetups, there's gonna be 2 different sessions. So the next day, you're not gonna be the same user or the same player. You're not gonna be the same player. You're going to be a new player. Okay, that's there. Not nullable. We just need a username. That's it. The username is not unique, but it's not gonna be nullable as well. Very nice. Save that as well. And lastly, we have the points. Last table. No row level security. I'm not sure if I enabled or disabled on all of the tables. I'm gonna have to go back and double check, but yeah. We have the player ID. Players. It's gonna be the ID. And the points are based on the player, I would say. Because the player is based on the session, the points are based on the player. So if a player gets deleted, just, wipe the whole thing. Yeah. It's not null, and it's also not nullable. Nice. Then we have the question ID. And that references the questions. Now look at this. There can be technically, we can say points for that question, but that question does not belong to a player, to a session that the player is tied to. So there's gonna be some validation involved, but we'll take care of that, you know, in code, basically. And if the question gets deleted, what do? We should delete the point? Yeah, we should delete the point because points are awarded based on answered questions, right? Yeah, delete the point in that case as well. Then we have points, pints. Maybe some will award in pints. Points awarded is just going to be an integer. And I'm gonna keep it int 8 because it's the same type as the window, so it's like 1 second, 1 point. That's it. And it's not gonna be nullable. Default is gonna be 0 if we don't add it, right? So no. Then we have seconds remaining, which is, I feel like, redundant because that's going to be the points awarded, right? Yeah. Points awarded. We don't care about the seconds remaining because maybe we want to change that, so we'll just keep it as points awarded. There we go. Nice. I'm going to save it, and I'm also going to update the diagram as well. Nice. So I feel like we've implemented the tables, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the users, which we already have. I feel like everything is implemented. Let me just double check the row level security. We will enable that later when we figure it out. And this is important if we want to, and we will want to, mutate stuff from the client side. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, there's the data. There's the table editor. In order to get access to the types, we need to go to the package.json and like copy a script that generates the types. Supabase type gen. There we go. Supabase type gen. That's going to be the script. And it's going to go to supabase / types. And the project ref, I think it's always going to be Trivius. Let me just go to Buffet, because this is a Next.js application. I'm going to bring this back now because this is a Next.js application that uses Supabase. So inside of the package.json, we have type gen. Oh, it's just -- local. Beautiful. Gen types, TypeScript, and instead of project ID, and also no schema, just local, right? Local, and put them into types.gen.ts so that we know it's like auto-generated. Same as the route tree from TanStack. If it's something generated, you need to like do gen, so you know we don't get in and start like editing that code because it's going to be like overridden. Okay, we don't need npx because we're already inside of a node npm script. Supabase gen types TypeScript -- local, save that to types gen. Beautiful. Okay, if I do npm run supabase types gen, type gen, type gen. Okay. Supabase command not found. Ah, right. Yeah. npm install -d for dev, just plain Supabase, because that's like the Supabase CLI, but it's inside of the project. There we go. Okay, so it did generate something, typesgen.ts. There it is. And look at this. We have the tables, there's GraphQL stuff, there's the answers table, right? There's the games table, the GMs, junction table, the players. It's all here. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, so we have that. We also have the utilities for creating the client and the server. The next thing that I want to do is just push this thing, setting up Supabase tables and types. We need migrations, because if I were to just publish this application, there's no migrations, there's no SQL generated. That's not good. There's the migrate and migrate local. So I'm gonna grab these two and just put them here. Okay, so migrate will create a new migration. Migrate local will do what? I completely forgot about that. Supabase migrations. Let's just like read it real quick. Database migrations. First migration file. It's going to be an SQL. And migration up will actually deploy that to the production. So that we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that in the CI/CD pipeline, for example. So far, we just need to migrate to create a migration file, Supabase migration new, and then up will upload. So I'm gonna change these: migrate, create, migrate, deploy, migration, create, migration, deploy. I kind of like this better. So npm run Supabase migration create, because we want to create a new migration. Oh, it needed a name. Hold on. It needs a name. Yes. Migration create initial dash tables. Yeah. Okay. We don't have a c.sql. We'll keep seeing that warning, so I'm just gonna create c.sql, and then I'll just keep it, you know, empty. Okay, there we go. Initial tables.sql. Nice. So if we look into this, we should see all the tables inside. There's the answers, there's the games, there's the GMs, the junction table, the players, points. Beautiful. Then their indexes. Oh, damn, sessions is like capital now. No, it's lowercase. I'm gonna keep this as like lowercase. I don't want uppercase. That's dumb. There's another sessions. I feel like I should not be editing these by hand. But let's see. That's it. No more capital sessions. Yeah. All right. There it is. there's an issue though. Like that was just the SQL in our actual database. There we go. You see that? Where's the name? I need to delete this. And this is the game ID to the public games ID. I'm gonna remove this and re-add it. So that it's like lowercase sessions. Okay, let's see there. Yes, it's lowercase now. And that was all, I believe. So if I do a type gen again, we should see that reflect in the type as well, because the types will most likely have like an uppercase sessions. Yeah, you see that? So I need to do type gen. Now it's lowercase s, and I'm gonna try to create a new migration. I'm not sure if we need to, but just in case, we'll do session case fix. Let's see if it actually generates anything. I can see that we're at time, but I do have some more time to stream, so we'll just keep streaming. All right. There's the case fix. So we're dropping the lowercase and we're creating the uppercase. Oh, no, it's not gonna be the case. So we didn't even need to, right? Okay, I don't care. It's gonna be like this and that's it. As far as I can see, there's no capital sessions. So locally we should be good. Okay. Okay, Supabase migrations. Push and that's it. Very nice. So we got the migrations. We don't have a public deployment yet. We don't care. For now, we have a local one. But once we do, we'll just do migrate up. And it's gonna get all of the migrations and apply that to the production instance. Yeah. So far, we need to set up the routes. And there's the user flow, there's the data. Let's figure out the routes now. How did I get the border in LazyGit? This one. It's from a plugin. It was like a lazygit.nvim. Lazygit.lua. This is it. Lazygit.nvim. It depends on the plenary, so I guess that's where it comes from. And this is how I how I have it set up. Yeah. All right. We need to figure out the routes or the routes. I don't know. I was googling what is the correct pronunciation. Is it routes or routes? And there's no. Both of them are correct, basically. My cat just fell off the chair. Okay, so routes. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do / for like home, right? Sign in sign up. I'm not gonna care about like reset password and stuff like that. Just like sign in and sign up, and we can do GitHub for that. Initially, it's gonna be like developer, mainly used by the developer community. So GitHub is fine. We can add something else later. Sign in and sign up. Then we're in the application itself, where the game masters can create the games, right? We can say app slash games, or how do we envision this? Like a dashboard, a table with the games. When you click on a game, you get into a specific game. You get the questions and the answers there. There's no slash games. There's a game slash ID. And the questions and answers. We don't need to specifically have like specific for the questions. We're gonna like display them in there. Yeah, because questions are based on the game. It's gonna be inside. Nice. Game ID, that's gonna be the screen. There's gonna be the session ID for the users to join. And when they do, we're not gonna change the URL while the game works. We're just gonna change the UI, showing and hiding the questions and stuff like that. But I feel like these are the routes that we need. Half of them are like boilerplate. App is just like the, let's just actually say the app is going to be a questions table, right? A games table, not questions. A games table, and this is going to be the game questions and answers. There we go. And other options, right? Session ID is going to be the attendee view, and they're going to basically, yeah, we don't need home for this. Home is just, will just show like a little description of the application. Yeah, sign in, sign up. The application is gonna be the games table. You know what? Instead of sign in and sign up, let's not have them. You know, on the home page we're gonna have like a button. I don't know, get started, something like that, and immediately go to GitHub. So you can sign in, and then the user will be thrown to the /app, and that's it. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I can't think of more routes. I think like this is it, basically. We'll see if we end up having like a session/ID/leaderboard, but so far we don't care. We're gonna show a QR code while this session is open. When the session gets closed, we're gonna you know, remove the QR code and show like a text. Wait for the, you know, waiting for session to start or the game to start. And then once the question gets in, we're just going to render the question. But the session/ID is going to be the page that we're going to be in. We're not going to move the users around. Okay, that's, I feel like that's it. I'm going to say the start time is, we need another one. We need an end time as well on the session. Yes, end time on the session as well, because when the game master goes through all the questions, they can like end the game or end the session, and that's how that's going to trigger the points calculation and then show the leaderboard screen on the UI on the projector. So let's go back to the sessions. And instead of just start time, we're also going to have an end time, and that's going to be the timestamp. And this will be nullable. This can be nullable. Nice. There we go. Type gen first, so we can get it into the types, and then also session end time. And the migration. Nice. Okay, we have the migration. Let me just like take a look at it. Oh, what is that? It's empty. Look at that. Cannot drop the constraint session p primary key on table sessions because other objects depend on it. Oh, this is the second migration. Yeah. It is gonna cause issues. So might as well we can delete these two. This one. Just like not. Yeah, just gonna delete those three like, completely. And I'm gonna go to the Beekeeper Studio because there are migrations table inside of Supabase. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna create a new connection. It's gonna be a Postgres SQL. Let me see if I can reach the output. No. npx Supabase status. Yeah, there we go. So it's just Postgres. Postgres. The default is gonna be Trivius. Database is gonna be Trivius. And it's on localhost 54321. Test it. Nope. Oh, it's 54322 instead of 1. 1 is the API. Trivius doesn't exist. Very well then. There we go. Okay. Let's connect to it. I should have saved that. Is there a save? Doesn't matter. There's the public. Let me try to find migrations. Initial update grants. That's not ours. I guess it doesn't matter. Honestly. These are theirs. Because we don't have any deployments, we can just go and do session and time, create like a new one, and shouldn't throw an error this time because there's no migrations that fail, right? And there's a shadow database, so it like creates a temporary database. It sets up the initial schema from the, there we go. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens then. Again with the session PK, as you can see. I don't like this. I'm gonna do this because this is gonna keep causing issues. I'm gonna delete this one. Damn it. mpx Supabase stop. So I can go stop the container. Go to Docker, and I'm gonna delete the where is it, the volume. See, anything that belongs to Trivius. That's not the, there we go. These ones, but not this one. These four, I'm just gonna delete them. Yeah. And I'm gonna do Supabase start. So it's going to like scaffold a brand new database. But we will it will also apply the migrations. So it'll, you know, create the tables for us. And we're gonna lose the end, what was the end time? Cool. There's the applying migration. Yeah, so if I, check this out, if I reload this, there's our tables. So we still keep the tables, but the sessions do not have an end time. Yeah, they have a start time, they don't have an end time, because we kept that locally. This can be nullable, yes. Save this and do another migration. Session end time. See, there was no warning now. So initial tables, they're all cool. Session end is just alter table. Sessions, add column end time, and that's it. There's no drop index, capital S sessions, etc. So there we go. We fixed it. I'm gonna do a type gen just in case, because we did some changes. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna push the, yeah, we're dropping this whole thing, and also the adding the end time. Nice. Push this as well. Nice. Okay, so routes wise, I feel like these are okay. We can just, you know, start putting some stuff on the page. So this is the main page, the home page. I'm gonna go and see if I can like grab something from blocks or stuff like that. Maybe they have. It's just not authentication, but like applications. There's no lending sites. All right, Tailwind CSS simple landing page. Simple minimal landing page. I don't care. For stuff I just need. Okay, it's gonna be too complicated, so here's what we're gonna do. Class name here. We're gonna do container. Okay, LSP restart, because I feel like I'm not getting Tailwind. There we go. So container mx auto and p4. That's gonna be the layout, right? For the index, we're not gonna do this. There's not gonna be this. There's not gonna be a button as well. No server functions. Nothing. Update as well. We don't care about that. There's There's no loader as well. Hey Marco, repo. Trivius. Let me just paste that real quick. There we go. There's no readme as well, so we just started it. Okay, no buttons, no nothing. We're just going to say, yeah, cheers. We're just gonna say, it's gonna be the main, okay? We're just gonna say diff or like a section h1 Trivius. A trivia game to be played at in-person meetups. Okay, you don't have to. You can play with your friends if you wanted to. Doesn't stop you, but yeah, that's it. And now we might need a button, but before we do that, I want to see if I remember correctly, Supabase had some pre-made React components, so I want to reuse them. Supabase React. It was like a ready-made component. Authentication, there we go. There we go, Auth UI. Oh, it's deprecated. Look at that. So we do need. This was cool. I mean, this was pretty cool. You just like take a component, you just slap it on the screen, and that's it. It just works. They might revisit it, but yeah. In that case, here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. We're just going to add a button here. That's the button. We're going to add an icon here. Oop. The icon is coming from Lucid. So it's going to be a GitHub. What's wrong now? Deprecated. Brand icons have been deprecated and are due to be removed. Please refer to that. We recommend using simple icons. No. People change their mind all the time. So simple icons is a different library, and their website is freezing. As you can see, it's not like responding to anything. Of course, I'm just gonna exit this. Simpleicons.org. Still frozen. Yeah, we're not gonna use simple icons. Lucid is breaking the brand icons. Not cool. This is gonna hurt us, so maybe we should just use React icons instead of Lucid. Because if it has all of them, and I can just say GitHub and I get to pick. So we're not gonna use Lucid then. That means we need to change this as well. Icon library set to Lucid. Let me see what the icon library stands for. I'm gonna open the Shatsi and source code. and search for icon library. Never tried TanStack. Is there a scenario where it's preferred over Next.js or just preference? I've never tried it as well, so that's what I'm trying to figure out in this stream. I'm just gonna like create this application, see how's the developer experience compared to Next.js, and yeah. Oh, there's a default config, which is Lucid. Oh, there we go. So there's Radix and Lucid. That's it, right? It's just those two, apparently. Well, in that case, the what was the other Radix icons? That one didn't completely work with React 19. So we'll keep it as Lucid for all of the components. I'm just gonna install a different package for, you know, bringing in these. Well, it's just one. Might as well, you know, like, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna grab the SVG and, you know, go with the flow. There we go. There's the SVG. Copy outer HTML and check this out then. In components, in UI, I'm gonna have an icons folder for custom icons, github.tsx, and this is going to be a component. Default function GitHub return, and I'm gonna paste the SVG, right? This is going to be class name, and I believe I had some icons in buffet. Let me see. Components, custom maybe. Not here. Icons, there we go. There's even a GitHub. This is exactly what we need, actually. And there's a Google as well. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do icons.tsx here. Paste this, and I'm going to remove the icons folder. It already uses Lucid, so the types are the same. I'm just gonna scrap the Google for now. Actually, leave it. You know, we don't care. This is okay now. So what this does is it always adds like a 24 by 24. I don't think we can control that, but it's fine. Yeah, let's go back to the index route now. Get here. Icons, bring in the icons. Those icons dot GitHub. We can add a class name to it if we wanted to, but doesn't matter. Continue with GitHub. Right? And it's not gonna be a button, maybe it's gonna be a link, but we'll see. The variant, we can say, we'll keep it as default then. We'll keep it as a default. So far so good. npm run dev. And if we go ahead and say, hold on, actually. Let's go back to the layout, and here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be flex, items, center, and then also justify center. So I wanna keep everything in the center. There it is. I also wanna do min height, min age, screen. Yes. There we go. Right? For Excel. Font bold maybe. Yeah, let's go with bold. Nice. This is going to be a flex call with a gap of like 4 maybe. Nice. Damien, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. All right, there we go. Continue with GitHub, right? So when we click this, it is going to take us to log in with GitHub. So let's actually configure a new application. Settings, applications. Where's like the developer settings maybe? Yeah, new GitHub application. I need to unlock it. Hold on a second. Let me type in some secrets. Sign in. There we go. All right, back to it. This is going to be Trivius-local because we need 2 for GitHub. 1 for the production, and this is going to be for the local one. Localhost 3000, that's the URL. Okay. There needs to be, I got way too many tabs. I'm gonna close all of these. We'll come back. This one as well. All right. Supabase auth. In the docs with GitHub. Type in your app's authorization callback URL. The callback URL of your application again. Leave that at the enable check. So there's no webhook, there's no nothing, right? New GitHub application, homepage URL. Callback is localhost 3000. It says. We don't want any post installation. There's a webhook. We will deliver event details with this hook is triggered. I don't feel like we need webhooks, right? It's just going to redirect. That's auth. It generates the code on GitHub site, and then it redirects. Yeah. Okay, I feel like this is okay. Let's do any account. Yeah, there's like some new stuff here. Okay, nice. Right, so that's the link, and we need to add the not policy, if I remember correctly. Nope. Database. Oh, look at that. Where was that? Wasn't there like a... Okay, doesn't matter. I feel like there needed to be some providers, authentication providers. So we can enable it. I know there was like one for the... Let's use like an older one. If we go to authentication. Okay, go back. Go to authentication. We're going to see... Where is that? Where was that? There should be like. Damn it. Supabase. Okay. There's the credentials, client ID, and secret. Where are they? There's the client ID. And there's a new secret. Okay, so this is the client ID. I'm gonna put this here. GitHub client ID. And I'm just gonna generate a new secret. Copy this. GitHub client secret. And yeah, we can use this later on. But yeah, the idea is that actually I need to regenerate this, right? Permissions and events. Yeah, I'm gonna regenerate this. This one, how do I delete it now? Advanced? Oh, there we go. Cannot be installed on other accounts. Yeah, I'm just gonna make this one private. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna make this one private so that it's only on my account. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Hey Akashi, how's it going? Cancel this one. Oh, I need to add these two into this sample in case people want to, you know, create their own. The icons are fine. Hold on a second now. PO. I don't want to save this. There we go. Okay, so already got GitHub. Let's continue. Click on the authentication and providers. There's no providers. Authentication and then providers. But maybe there were on this one. I just wanted to like make it local. Yeah, let me just check something real quick. Providers, there we go. So providers is available here in production, but if you go local, there is no providers. So we're talking about local. You paste these, but we already have them. We just need to set them. Right, we just need to set them into the toml file. So if you go to Supabase and we go to, where is it? config.toml, there should be some stuff for the authentication. See? Supabase toml. There we go. And we're looking for auth. Nice. Site URL is 3000. It's actually localhost. Not sure if I made it work, so I'm just gonna like copy it. Believe it's not gonna be any localhost, and there's the callbacks that we need to figure out. Okay. Moving on. We need the sign in with GitHub, but let's see. TanStack Start, Supabase. There was this example. Let's see, we have the routes authenticated. What does login do? Go to components, login. There's the login function. And it happens on the server. But this is like email and password authentication. Should we do email and password instead of GitHub? But that means we need a UI. Well, we can actually steal a UI from ShadCN. Yeah, let's keep it simple. You know what? I'm just gonna go to GitHub, advanced, and just like delete this one. There we go. We'll keep it simple. Username and passwords. I'm gonna go to UI.ShadCN, just like rip out one of these blocks. Authentication. There we go. There's a login. I'm just gonna copy this. Where is it? Oh, there's a command for it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so delete these two. Delete these two. Grab this one. Add login one, and there should be like a sign up form as well. Or I'm just gonna copy it. That's it, sign up, where is it? I'm just gonna copy it then. And I'm gonna override the button. App login page, that's for Next.js. So we're not doing that. We're gonna do sign in, because that's how we named the routes. There's the login form, and I'm gonna copy this to sign up. Sign up form. And I'm also gonna copy that one as well. Okay. Sign up form. It should be okay now, at least for the file. There's also the error's gone. Okay, so instead of login, we're gonna do sign up. Sign up with your email password, right? There's the email, there's the password. There's not gonna be a forgot password. You are signing up. Sign up, no Google, and sign in. There we go. Let me also fix this one. Sign in form, not login. I'm going to rename this to sign in form. Damn it, okay. Sign in form. Sign in to your account. There's no forgot password. Sign up. Okay, I feel like we're okay now. Sign in and sign up. Oh, of course. Sign in form. Sign in form. Okay, both of them are, at least the UIs are there. The index, instead of continue with GitHub, and now we don't need the icons, see? Get started then. Is there an as a child? And we need a link, probably from TanStack router. Yep. What? We have the pages and we need to do npm run def and it's going to generate the pages for us, right? There we go. It's gone now. If I do space, we'll see sign in and sign up are there. Very nice. Okay. Get started over there. Let's see. Ooh. Update route 3.gen. What? Oh, regenerated then. Console log for more information. Okay. What's up with that? That's not the console log probably. Sign up and sign in. This is a layout. This should not be like a route, but it's prefixed, so that's fine. Oh, we didn't do this, damn it. Okay. There we go. Sign in. Sign in page. Okay. Yes, we needed to explicitly create a file route like this. This is my Next.js bias here. Sign up page. Nice. Okay, should be good now. There we go. Get started takes us to /sign in, as you can see, like down here. We click on it, sign in, very nice. We can do this. We don't have an account, sign up. There's the sign up. There's like a little flicker. You see that? We need to fix that. Then we can also sign up. So we have the UI ready. And what was the name? TanStack Supabase. There we go. This is the one. Let me actually open it in GitHub. I don't need it to run. All right, so we are going to create some mutations and stuff like that. As you can see here, there's an authentication. The form just submits the username, the password. That's it. Right, so this is the login component. It defines the mutation for login and also sign up, apparently. On submit, we just say mutate and we pass the data. That's it. We create form data. Okay, that's fine. In this case, we have the sign up form and the sign up page. Inside of the page, I feel like we should create this is a component. Let's go to routes, login, and this one just renders the component. I don't know why, but okay. There's also logout with no, interesting, with no component, but it's still a route, I guess. Okay. I'm not gonna do the component login and that's it. This is going to be like the page itself. So inside we need to define the function this one where we have the, it's with Prisma, but we're gonna create the Supabase inside the thingy. So this is for login. There we go. So we need the create server function. The is fine with email and passwords. And now Supabase is going to be await create server clients from, well, not here, right? We already have the utilities. Get Supabase server client. Get Supabase server client. Nice. And it's not awaitable, as I can see. Yeah. Nice. So this is Supabase. And we need to say Supabase dot authentication get user, but based on the JVT, so no. Well, in this case, we should do auth.users, no? Okay, from, ooh. Select everything, or just like ID and email maybe. Where was it? Huh. How was the querying? EQ. Where the email is email. Or email is data.email. There we go. I hope this is gonna work. Can you, how to access Supabase's auth.users table through their JS clients. See, auth.users. Auth.users, yeah, nice. Because this is Vite, should we use import meta environment or should we keep it with process env? Something to see. Okay, if no user exists, and this can throw, if I'm not wrong, this is like throwable, right? Let's ask it if it throws. Oh, there's data and error. Got it. Nice. Yeah, if no user or there's an error, we want to return. Nice. So there's no like hashing. We're not gonna do this whole thing. We are just going to say, oh wait, Supabase auth sign in with passwords, right? And there's like the credentials. The credentials are gonna be email and password. That's it. Oh, okay. Let's like destructure them. There we go, sign in with password, and this returns some kind of a response. Data as the sign in data, as the sign in error. Nice. So now we can say if there's a sign in error, we want to like return something, right? It's not gonna be user not found. Just like delete it. We might not care for the data. If we're fine, this will set the cookie automatically. And that's gonna be it. So that's the login function. Right, that's the login function. And on success, the mutation itself will invalidate the router and navigate to /application. Okay. Login function is fine. We need a mutation here. Sign in function. Yes. Mutation. That was like a use mutation. What's use mutation? From hooks, use mutation. Oh, goddamn. There's like a whole hook. Okay. Let's bring it in then. There we go. Use mutation. And this one had a function and then on success. On success, we have a callback. And we basically, if there are no errors, there we go. Navigate to /app, because that's the /app, right? Okay, very nice. So we have the mutation here. There's the login and there's the sign up, and what we actually do is what? .mutate in order to send the data. So that means sign in form needs to have an onSubmit function. That's going to be a callback with the form data, and it's going to be like void. Oh no, this is not the type. Okay, then and this. There we go. Nice. Okay, so there's a form. Hey, AF, how's it going? Your haircut looks great. Thanks. Yeah. Thought I would change it up a little bit. All right, so we need to go to the auth component in order to, there it is, in order to look at the onSubmit. It's just prevent default and then just send whatever send whatever's in there. Okay, so it's not gonna be the form data, actually. It's going to be the event, okay? Form submit. I'm gonna set it to any, but bear with me. HTML form elements. HTML form element, what? That's the React form event handler HTML. Okay, let me just E, and then we should probably see the type. Form event, okay. So it's going to be a React form event of HTML, not those. HTML form element, there we go. So I need to just do prevent default and then do on submit and pass in the event. Right. We need to do the same for the sign up form as well. So I'm just gonna grab this, replace the form with this, grab this submit from here, and add this. Nice. Okay. Let's go back to the sign in. And we have the mutation here. So we can just say, where is it? We can just say this. Get the form data. The target is already going to be an HTML form element because we've put in the type. And we just say mutate, that's it. Yeah. Yes, and then the target is already, oh, it's any. Right, yeah. Div element is missing the properties from the form elements. And what's a div element? It's literally the form element. Alright, doesn't matter. Any it is. Any it is. That's fine. This is complaining because we don't have the file, but we will create it in like a minute. Data and passwords. Okay, so this is done now. We need to go to the sign up page and pretty much do the same. Well, there we go. We need the router. Use that one. Use the mutation hook that we have. There is no function, so we just need to. Can I do VAF? Nope. Right. If the user exists when we want to sign up, we want to say already exists, okay? Okay. There we go. Sign up error. And it's not going to be sign in. This time it's going to be sign up. What do we need inside? Just email and password again. Beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah. Nice. So we need sign up here. To application again. I think we will have the cookie already set, and that's it. Oh, we need to change the name. Sign up mutation. Nice. Okay, so there's sign in and sign up. I can do app.tsx now. Oh, no, this is the application, right? So how do we... Oh, hold on a second. Well, this is okay. Hello application. That's fine. Wait, how did this... Who wrote this? Was this already there? Hello/app. Maybe it was. And now this one doesn't throw. That was weird. That was weird. All right, so let's just say hello something, and then we can define a loader. Right, that's going to grab like the TanStack. It's gonna grab the loader. It is like that, doesn't matter. Supabase equals get server Supabase client. And we can say data is going to be the user, and there's going to be an error as well. Await Supabase auth get user get session then. Session dot user is already there. Okay, so get session returns data or error. If there's an error, or maybe even there's no data.session, because it can be nullable, redirect to login or something like that, you know. And we need to like throw it, because this part of the application is like the guarded part. Okay, so the user is going to be data.session. We know that it exists, not user. And we just need to return, I believe, user, right? Let's go back to the start. Data loading. Fetch posts. Use loader data, basically. Right. Use loader data. There it is. It doesn't need arguments. Oh, it's routes. Okay, so it's not like a global one. It's the one that comes from here. Probably because of types. Let's see. There we go. It is because of types. Okay, there's the user. We can just say hello user.email, right? And we'll see if it works. Otherwise, let's see, redirecting. Authenticated route. Create a file route before load is authenticated. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Nice. Throw redirect. That's what I was looking for. So before load is going to be an async. Keep messing these. Yes, location. And we're basically going to do this without the user though. We're gonna throw a redirect to /login, sign in. And we also have the search if we wanted to add it in like the URL location, right? .href. Okay. This is the before load. In this case, we know that there's not going to be an error, right? Because before load will happen. If it doesn't throw, that means we're all good here. So we can use the exclamation mark to like, I don't know how it's called in TypeScript, but like to force unwrap the session and have the user. Nice, there we go. Okay, so I feel like we're ready to actually test this out. We're here, not to go to sign up. Let's go to like the main, get started. I don't have a user, so hello at Nikolov. Come on now. That's not me. Password. Hey, thanks, Hive. Okay, sign up. I don't care. Password is password. But what happens? Hold on a second. Do we actually... We should do, right? We invoked the sign up. Yeah. Okay, so we invoked the sign up thingy. Oh, but there's a non-success. What about an on error? Damn it. LSP restarts. Hi, you just mentioned your NVim looks sick and now it's just like, I'm just kidding. Jinxed it. Come on, this is like the only thing? Use mutation. It's actually, no, there's no errors. There's no on error. There's a set error. On success. There are errors. Okay, so what do we return? We return the mutate function, but there are errors inside there. Okay. Got it. So, so we got the errors. This looks like it. Let's see. I'm gonna open network and also the console. So we do, yeah, let's check this out. We throw, that's the gets. But where is the sign up? There's the sign up. The mutation. Where's the mutation? There's no mutation. But the error is clear. Node async has been externalized for browser compatibility. Cannot access async loader. Async local stage. Storage. Ugh. I bet it's something to have with the get Supabase server client. Or not. Let's see the example again. There's an after submit as well. You know what, might as well just like steal this function. And, you know, completely. Because I can see there's like other stuff as well. There's an after submit. I'm gonna compare it because I like the styling of this function. I'm gonna grab this whole div. But we have action texts for the title. The form is the same. There's the username and the password. And there's also like a bunch of stuff for the status and it pending. Okay, I will do this. This was called, wait, that's not the one. We don't care for this. We only care for this. Action texts. There's the email, there's the passwords. And there's no sign in because this is like a shared one. Action text again. And this thing. Okay. There it is. So that now we can delete this whole thing until the bottom. And import these things. There's no button and no description. Okay. Well, there is a button, actually. This one should be the capital B button. There we go. Nice. And now this after submit, I'm just gonna put it here. Nice. So this is the auth. That means I'm not gonna need the sign in and sign up form, both of them. Props. There's the props. So I'm just gonna delete these two, go to sign in and like replace this. Instead of sign in form, I'm just gonna use the auth thingy. Nice. Action text is going to be, what is this? We are in the sign in. Sign in. There's a status. The status is going to be the sign in mutation dot status. Beautiful. And that's it, right? Let's go to the login and confirm. Action text status and on submit, and there's also an after submit as well. Okay. Including this. After submit. Sign in mutation if it exists. Arranged. %s login mutation. I want to replace it with a sign in mutation. Bam. Wait, what is this? Sign up instead. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I don't like that. I don't care for the user not found. Cool, but no. Just give me the error message and that's it. Nice. Same is gonna happen when in the sign up. So we're gonna go down here, bring in the authentication. Sign up. And then after submit, we just need the error code to be on the screen. Okay. Nice. Let's see this in action. Okay, get started. And then bam, something happens. Sign in. Nothing's going on. Async hooks has been externalized for browser compatibility. Cannot access async local storage. Why don't you guys like give me a line? Where is it? Where is this async hooks? Where is it? Now it's in auth. I know that it's in auth. But which one is that? Yeah, don't care for that. Right, so technically we're not even sending anything to the server, and it says claims about this. Let me actually, come on. There we go. Yeah, so async hooks has been externalized for browser compatibility. Cannot access this thing in client code. It's probably the headers. Oh. Fires both on the client and the server. Getting headers could work on the server, but it will definitely fail on the client. That's it. You might be able to do so using create server function, but it's not something that we have tested. So there's like a function that we can use, okay, so it's not in the auth, it's where is it? Sign in function, create server function. Well, this is a server function, right? Create server function, yeah. The route has that component. We don't care about before loads in this case because we're not loading the application, the app, or maybe it does get loaded. Maybe this does get loaded. Right. So before loads also happens on the client. That means we cannot really get we can't really use the get Supabase server client because we can't use the parse cookies and set cookie and like get headers, stuff like that. Where's the get headers? I came for the get headers. Maybe it's web 3. Oh, this is not even a TanStack. They changed their mind. Vinci HTTP. Yeah. Okay. But basically, yeah, if we have a before load, that means it's going to load on the, it's gonna load on the client as well. So we need to grab what, aside from the location? We pretty much should have, we have contexts. And we can get the context dot nothing, right? It's any. Okay, we don't need the context. Can't you really use it? So how do we check is authenticated? What is authenticated? Extremely common requirement for web application. This guy will walk you through a router to build protected routes. Before a route is loaded, it receives all the same arguments that the route loader function does. It's a great place to check if a user is authenticated. Before load function of a route is called before any of its child routes. Essentially a middleware function for the route and all of its children. Okay, so that means if we go app / something else, we're not gonna need to do before loads on each of them because the main one is gonna load. It's like a middleware. Okay. If your authentication flow relies on interactions with React contexts, you need to pass down your authentication state to TanStack router using router contexts. So I guess the idea is that we're using Supabase server client. In this case, if we're on the server, we can use the Supabase server client. But if we're on the client, we need to use the other client in order to check for the session. So like there has to be some indicator that tells us this is on the client or this is on the server. as the location. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like, so we should probably not use Supabase in this case. We should just say headers, get headers from Vinci. Let me log them out. Headers cookie. I'm just gonna log out the cookie. Okay. And that's it. We're not gonna throw any stuff. I just want to log out the cookie so that we can see it. There we go. See? Now it's fine. I mean, we can still see this red error, but okay. Let's go to sign up. Let's do hello. And also password. All right. Sign up. And what happened? Whoa. Okay, so where does it end and where does it start? That is one password. Damn it. Okay. Okay, so I guess there's no error. That means we are done. We're not redirecting. Are we? Sign up. On success, we should have navigated. That means there's an error. Nice, and we can't even add breakpoints. Oh. Source maps loaded, but I can't really use them. I guess I need that TanStack router dev tools. Where is it? I think do have account should go to login when in sign up. No, that's true, but we signed up, but didn't go anywhere. So let's go to root, maybe. Okay. Oh, yeah. We missed that one. We missed that one. That's on the app. So I should... sorry, on the auth. So I should probably just delete that one. Yeah. Yeah, good catch. There we go. Sign up. Now we don't have a sign up. We don't have a sign up. So I shouldn't have done that. Don't have an account. Sign up. But this is in like the general one. So we can say if the action text is sign in, then we want this. Otherwise, we're gonna do something else. This. Sign in, right? There we go. Okay, so let me go check. Yeah, it's not even reaching, you see? It's not even reaching it, but I still get this uncaught error module. Why? Why is that? Maybe because it's in the loader? But the loader is on the... No, I think I got it. So like these sign-in functions, the server functions, they get executed on both sides. But they get executed... Don't they get executed on like the server side? They just get triggered on the client? If I remember correctly. Where's the server functions? These are the functions. Create server function. From both the server during SSR and also the client. But the idea is that they get executed on the server. So as long as we're in a server function, we can use get Supabase server client. That should be okay. So I don't see where is it. Before load is just get headers, or maybe get headers. We can't really... Jesus. From Vinci HTTP. So I guess we cannot use... Yeah. Yeah, it has to be a function. It has to be a function. Yes. Okay. Before load server fn, it's going to be create server function. Oh. Yes, and then we have the headers inside. Just move this part in there. And just say before load server fn. There we go. This is probably old already. .handler. What? So I can't actually get these two. All right, then in that case, here's what we're gonna do. Async await before or results data, let's say, before load server function. Cool. Now it's looks happy. It looks happy, but let's see. Let's see if we still get that error. There we go. We don't have the error, you see? No errors. Well, and there's also the DevTools. Nice. Well, let's see then. Not signing in, we're actually signing up. Yes. Send in passwords. User already exists. Well, I didn't see it then. There are no users. How does the user exist and I don't see it there? Auth users? It doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Wait, hold on a second. Why are we even doing that? I'm supposed to look at the cookie before load server function, but it's not even it. We're not even reaching this point. Sign up. User already exists. If there's no user or there's an error. Well, let's log it out. Because the user definitely doesn't exist. Let's try that again. Public auth users does not exist. Well, yeah. This is the case, the issue here. Auth.users. We can't really get the user from auth.users. From always looks into public. And we Supabase JS user by email. Higher RPC. I'm not gonna do that. You can't query. We just found out. Yeah, you have to create a copy. No. No, I'm not gonna do that. No way. Okay. Here's what. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. You know what? Sign up. If there's an error, we're gonna return that. Error is true. It's not. Error is sign up error. Right. So if we have an error, there's a mutation.data. Should be an error, I believe. There's no data, right? There's error. That's the data. Oh, there's a message. Okay, cool. And then I can also say sign up mutation.data.error.message probably. Okay, let's try it now. For some reason it didn't work, but let's actually see what's up. Password. All right, sign up. Anonymous sign-ins are disabled. I'm not signing in, I'm signing up. I'm signing up. There we go, sign up. And I gave you an email and passwords. Anonymous sign-ins. We could look into this for the anonymous, you know, attendees basically. Sign up, email, passwords. So we did. Hmm. Okay, let's go with true then. Okay, so I'm gonna do npx supabase restarts, or alright, stop and then npx supabase start again, just so that the API gets updated with the anonymous login. Yeah. Listen, I got a meeting, and so far so good. We made some progress. I'm gonna figure this one out, and I'm going to continue streaming on next Monday as well. But this Wednesday we're doing the, what's it called, the book club. So tune in at the same time. Just realized I have a meeting, so I gotta roll. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.